Say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, but I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief. Oh, man, I'm assuming that News Brief today will have more to do about cancellations, postponements, and WrestleMania, Larson. No?
Yeah, it does.
I totally knew that.
Dominating the news.
The news.
Not just wrestling, everywhere.
Yeah.
Could we be on the footstep of witnessing an empty arena WrestleMania if TMZ is to be believed? It's a possibility because they're reporting, quote, one high-placed it means TMZ, so one high-placed.
Oh, yeah, but they have that's kind of interesting because TMZ obviously has a relationship with WWE. Like, they'll show up at the airport and ask Finn Balor about his upcoming TakeOver match, and he's like in character.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is kind of interesting.
One high-placed WWE source tells us there's still a chance Mania will happen in some capacity. We're told the situation is fluid. Nothing is set in stone just yet. However, one of the options on the table is a no-fan event. They mentioned like UFC.
Empty arena.
Yeah, but WWE will still broadcast the event live. However, WrestleVotes.
WrestleVotes has a good track record on this so far.
Beyond it seemed that like the Samoa Joe wellness policy at first, that was seemingly a misstep.
That was a weird situation.
And then like 2 months later, he got suspended.
That was
Anyways, WrestleVotes noted, quote, I don't have much new info on WrestleMania, but I do know, according to a good source, that Vince really does not want to host the event in an empty stadium. He's very much against it. His least favorite option, I've heard, of course, yesterday, Center for Disease Control here in the United States, CDC, said, hey, if you got an event planned with more than 50 people going to attend, you got to cancel it.
Hey, you know what's cool? We would have had to have canceled Friendo Fest because that had 60 people.
It's true.
So we're on that. We're a big event, man.
Well, that happened once. So it's looking more and more likely that if Mania does happen on April 5th, it's going to be in front of no crowd whatsoever.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. That Vince, that little thing from Vince, if it's his least favorite thing, then I don't see it happening at the Performance Center in front of nobody. I just don't, and I don't see it happening. So, like, would they even, at this point, if they were forced to cancel Mania, they wouldn't even be able to have it in an empty stadium.
It would take more than 50 people, probably, to not including talent, even to put the show on.
Yeah.
In a stadium.
I mean, talent alone is
close to that, especially the Battle Royals. So you'd have to cancel those. No, I mean, yeah, if happens in an empty arena is a huge if. I don't think it's not the leading contender as far as how Mania will go down. Cancellation or postponement seems to top any potential power rankings of what the fate of Mania is.
Yeah, there's just the question of like storyline. I mean, look, they can postpone, and look, it sucks for everybody right now, man. It's terrible out there, and our hearts go out to everybody who's afflicted by this. I mean, we had, there was at least one friendo who said, "Hey, man, I just been told I've been laid off for the month," and so who knows? Like, schools are out for the month over here, but I mean, the big question, and it's not, I guess, not a major one necessarily. But it kind of is like storyline-wise, they have these matches set up. Let's say they book a WrestleMania for August, which seems, I mean, I think that was one of the rumors we heard last week.
We heard June. I heard June.
I thought we heard, what was being, oh no, AEW is pushing shows to October. No, okay, so even June seems unlikely, though.
Yeah, at this point. I mean, if CDC is saying, because that recommendation they issued us yesterday is for the next 60 days, I believe, right? 8 weeks?
Yeah, 8 weeks.
8 weeks. So 2 months, roughly.
Yeah. So let's say that it lasts 2 months. Let's just say that, right?
So we're taking us in mid-May. Sorry,
mid-May. Yeah. So June might be a possibility.
But it all depends on spread of this thing. If anybody in WWE gets it, if so, how widespread that is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables in play. I mean, I imagine WWE hard pressed to say, okay, we're gonna. Reschedule Mania to this day, and they're going to stick to it because there's so many variables.
I mean, at what point do they say, "Hey, we're gonna postpone WrestleMania," and then you end up just at SummerSlam? You know what I mean? At that point, isn't just canceled? You just roll SummerSlam.
It is just canceled. Yeah.
But like, how do you pay off these matches like Brock versus Drew? I mean, is that the kind of thing that they just push ahead, like you said, put it on an empty arena Raw? Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. Who the hell? I mean, from a car wreck perspective, that is interesting.
You can get the ratings up.
Yeah. Well, that's another point, though. Is like I wonder how much of the empty arena novelty, because SmackDown ratings were up.
Yeah.
Our review of it did
really
gangbusters,
well, yeah.
and that's always anecdotally it's indicative of enthusiasm for the product
I mean,
or
people are talking about
interest.
it. People are talking about it.
But like, how long will the empty arena thing, dude? We're gonna get 3 hours
Yeah, I know. We'll see
of
how that
Raw
goes
tonight in empty arena. That might have its limits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It could.
So I don't know. That's
Maybe
all kind of
we
interesting.
can hope that
stuff.
Triple H will be on commentary for the duration of the show with Stone Cold, mind you, and then that'll help that 3 hours just fly by.
Well, that was another thing. Oh man, I don't think you have it in here.
Huh?
Triple H. Where did I read that? Was it Fightful? I want to say Fightful.
Oh yeah, it was Fightful. They talked about as we suspected, it was an audible to have him out there
Yeah,
the whole
so he
time.
came out for that first segment with Cole.
He was going to be replaced by someone else, and then it went so well. They were like, "I'll just stay out
They
there."
were actually sitting there monitoring the Going In Raw Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Me, oh man, Triple H is leaving. No, they said
They listened to people.
Steve's on the Twitter machine. Get him back in.
You were the deciding vote.
I'd like to think I was.
As far as the talent, getting back to the news here. As far as the talent, they don't seem to know what's going on. Seth Rollins did a Instagram Q&A.
Why is he always so grumpy? I swear to God, I told you this off camera. This, I'll go ahead and do this. I'll
fine.
read this because did you actually watch it?
I did not.
Okay. So the setup, he's in the gym. There's a dude next to him, like his handler or spotter. I don't know, something.
Is he 6 feet away?
From Seth, no, he's like hovering.
Oh, that's not. You got to practice better social distancing.
He's in his business. Yeah, that's totally true.
6 to 10 feet.
Seth comes off as so grumpy in this. But apparently I honestly thought when I saw this, I thought there was a fan that came up to him at the gym, violated his space and his private time, and put a phone in his face and said, "Hey, Seth, what's going on with WrestleMania?" Or maybe he was a TMZ guy. But apparently this was just an Instagram QA that he did of his own volition, and he comes off as so grumpy in this.
I feel like he's kind of a grumpy dude.
Why? He's got it made, man. Anyways, this is what he said.
I don't know, man. If you're in a situation where you're on the road, on planes, and this is all going on, that'd make me anxious. That'd make me grumpy.
Get a bus. He says this. WrestleMania? I don't know. Don't ask me questions. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. I go where they tell me. This Monday, I'll be in Orlando at the PC doing Raw in front of nobody, just like SmackDown was on Friday. Probably just how like NXT will be on Wednesday, all right? About WrestleMania, nobody knows. It's all up in the air, so just wait for further announcements from WWE social pages or whatever. Are we sure this was an Instagram QA that
That's
he did?
what Cateside Seats said.
He was so grumpy. Seth Rollins.
Can you even pull it up? The stories. It might be old. Nope. Can't get it.
Maybe this had like I don't know.
Poof, it's gone.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I wonder if somebody in live chat has like a further clarification on that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's again, Cage Side Seats. They had that story,
Okay. Yeah.
and they said Instagram Q&A. So I'll take their
Instagram
word for it.
Q&A. Okay. Click on that link. There you go.
Is this the video in question?
Yeah. Looks like it.
He's got no shirt on either.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot if I didn't mention that part.
That seems to be an important detail.
Dead Boys Fitness.
I think that's the gym he runs. Maybe
Well, maybe that's where it comes from. Dead Boys Fitness.
could be.
I don't know, man.
I think that might be his CrossFit gym, at least that he attends when
Okay.
he's home.
Anyways, what's next?
What's next? Anyways, it seems like WWE does understand the magnitude of what's going on because according to Wrestling Observer, WWE has told talents that if they aren't comfortable coming to tapings right now, they don't have to come, and there would be no repercussions.
Yeah.
So that's good. They're not forcing talent to travel, especially if it's a situation where you don't know you're going to be on the show. Mm-hmm. You travel anyways. You show up, you're not even on the card. I would think with whatever limitations they would have for these empty arena shows, they would have to have a pretty good idea of who's going to be on the show and only tell people who are actually going to be on the show to show up.
Only if necessary. Like,
Yes.
hey, you're not, only if necessary. You're
Yes.
still going to get paid as if you were here, but if you're not booked, I mean, maybe have like 2 standbys, in case
Maybe,
somebody gets hurt, you can throw
Or travel
Roderick Strong
delays or
out in his
something. Yeah,
jeans.
travel
yeah.
delays or something, yeah.
Well, also, you're in Orlando, so you have, look, if somebody gets hurt, you have all of NXT there. Just call them up. They can be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much. So at least that's good. They're not forcing talent who are uncomfortable doing the traveling.
Unless it's a wink thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's this next bit, too. PW Insider is reporting that, quote, the company sent out an email to all employees today. I don't know what day today was, but the weekend, I'm guessing, advising them that if they have the capability to do so, They should be working remotely from home if they can for the foreseeable future in order to help combat the outbreak.
Well, that's good.
That is good.
They're being normal.
That's what we should be doing, working from home.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that this morning. I got that Zoom thing. Well, you should be working from here. I should be working from home.
Well, if you're going to work from home, I'm not going to come here.
I have like a professional setup at home, though.
Okay.
And we have a professional setup here.
Same time.
You don't have a professional.
That seems terribly unfair.
Okay, then you stay home and I'll come here.
But
No,
then
that doesn't make- you don't have a professional setup.
I don't have a professional setup. I'm getting a new microphone. It's coming on Wednesday.
Buddy, you live like 3 minutes away.
I know.
What?
The whole idea of social distancing is you don't leave your house, full stop.
Okay, but if you think about it, all you're doing is getting in your car. You're driving like literally 3 minutes, if that.
I understand, but I'm still engaging with the world around me.
What world? There's nobody here, man. You said yourself. There's the offices in this building.
Hey, man, I don't. There's no splitting hairs when it comes to social distancing. Either you do it or you don't.
Nobody's here.
If
Do
I
you want
need
me to make you a
professional
sticker that
setup,
says I'm social
a
distancing?
professional setup, I'll get my XLR and steal one of these cables and then done.
This is social distancing. Being in this office
Not
is
really.
social distancing.
No, I'm closer to 6 feet to you, not social distancing.
All right.
I'm not even a foot away from you.
Yeah.
I'm in violating of every social distancing norm there is.
Crazy, man. I know you just want to look. You can be in your pajamas here. If I lived 2
kind of
minutes from
am.
here, I would just be here.
I kind of am. I have sweatpants on. Or my usual gym
All
pants,
right.
but I can't go to the gym.
All right. Well,
I work out in my garage.
you do you. That's fine. It's totally fine. Let's see here. Oh, man. I wish I missed a segment for a Hall of Fame segue. So, as if it still matters, there's another Hall of Famer that's been announced. And probably it's going to be the most underwhelming Hall of Fame ceremony in history.
Yeah.
Jushin Thunder Liger, as had been reported a million times over. Who first had this? Do we know? Do you remember?
No, there's been so many.
Wrestle Votes.
Wrestle Votes or Dave.
Or Dave. Yeah. Jushin Thunder Liger, Hall of Famer, WWE. News was announced today. So that's good.
That's it. That's the story.
Raw preview.
There's 3 things on Raw Preview. 1, what? Stone Cold Steve Austin to celebrate 316 Day on March 16th Raw. That's today.
That's today. That's going to be a little weird. The glass breaks and
Nothing.
tumbleweed.
Nothing.
Undertaker and AJ Styles to sign the WrestleMania contract. Again, his entrance in front of nobody.
But the ramp's way shorter.
Yeah, it's going to be a much. How are they going to account for the missing time from his entrance? That's like a good 20 minutes.
That's a whole other match they can have.
Yeah.
Or another match they can replay from a previous show. And also, Edge is going to be there, too.
Why is it in a smaller font on these notes?
The first 2 items are from the official WWE.com preview. The third one is not. He just tweeted he's going to put some Pearl Jam on his truck and drive to Orlando.
Did he? Oh, yeah. Did he actually say that?
Yeah.
Because he was on that Pearl Jam live podcast.
Yeah, man, he loves himself some Pearl Jam.
Which is it's not a podcast with Pearl Jam. It's a podcast that talks about
the live Pearl Jam experience, your live Pearl Jam experiences. Now, I've seen Pearl Jam plenty of times.
Will you go on that podcast then?
If I was invited, I would.
I don't remember dick about it. I saw them.
I remember the first time I saw them was probably 1993 when they were touring for Versus. Myself and a friend of ours.
DJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
My dad drove us out there.
That's nice.
To San Jose.
Wow.
Because neither of us had our license at the time. And because he did that, when Nirvana came around, their last tour to play in Oakland, I was like, Dad, can we go? And he said, no.
Oh, you should have known that Pearl Jam would be the fish of their generation and Nirvana would be, whoever died early in their generation. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you don't know that. But anyways, not to say I don't appreciate everything my dad did to take us to shows. He took us to tons. He doesn't want to do it all the time. I understand that.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
understand that.
2-hour drive out there.
That's irritating. Nobody wants to do that.
That's the first time.
Kids with their flannel.
Saw him in 95.
Yeah.
I saw him a bunch.
Okay.
Some of it I remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
First time I ever got drunk was in the parking lot before a Pearl Jam show.
Nice. That's dope. What did you get drunk on?
I don't know, some little pre-made stuff.
All right. Anyways, that's it for the show. Let's try to get this one up to like 316 likes.
Okay.
That should be easy enough.
About 613.
No, man, 316 is good.
Right,
316. Let's try to get to exactly 316. If you see that it's at 316,
don't like
stop.
It. Don't like
Stop
it.
liking
Go
it.
to one of our other videos and like it.
Yeah, there you go. Check out 10 for there was a new 10 for the win this past weekend on Mystery Angles.
It was me, Austin.
Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.